Hutch Mansell is back and Nobody too. He's just a guy on vacation beating the shit out of people who aren't on vacation. What's up, guys? This is Rusty Reels. I watch the good, the bad, and the so bad it's painful so you don't have to. If you like what you hear, hit like, subscribe, and drop in your thoughts in the comments. I really want to hear what your take on Nobody 2 is. Did you love it? Did you hate it? Let me know. So here's some setup and history. The first Nobody came back and came out in 2021. It was a scrappier suburban cousin to John Wick. It was gritty, shadow soaked, and packing a surprisingly strong emotional punch. Now we've got a new director, Timo Tjahjanto. He cranks up the style and swagger, swapping grit for brighter visuals and extra humor. You may remember him from doing videos or movies like VHS 2 and the ABCs of Death, where the first film's villains were ruthless Russian mobsters. Here, they're more eccentric and less threatening. They're bigger personalities, but really less danger. And if you're wondering, yeah, the first movie's main villain still has the edge over Sharon Stone's Lindina in this movie. It's very much more of the same type of sequel, but when the same means inventive fights, sharp comedic timing, and Bob Odenkirk killing it as a reluctant, weary action hero, that's not really a big deal. This is still a really fun summer flick to go watch. So here are the positives. The direction and choreography. Timo's style is fast, fluid, brutal, and slyly funny. His horror roots really give the fights unpredictable rhythm. The performances are worth mentioning, specifically Bob Odenkirk blends weary humor with brutal precision, and his choreography feels much sharper in this movie than it did in the first film. Some other notable mentions for the supporting cast and performances is his wife, Connie Nielsen. She's in here a little bit more, and they established that she's a good shooter, so she does play a little bit of a role. Christopher Lloyd, everybody knows him, from the Back to the Future movies and a ton of other movies. He's back just like he was in the first one. He plays about the same amount of screen time as well. It's sweet to see him in this movie, but he just doesn't really have a big role. But what he does do is really good. There's Colin Hanks, RZA, and John Ortiz. They also add some variety, but they're definitely overused. There's even a dog that's in this movie, or a wolf hybrid. It has a very small part. It's kind of reminiscent of the John Wick series as well. It does have a little bit of the comedy pull at the very end in some of its scenes. The set pieces are worth mentioning: the arcade brawl, the duck boat, the amusement park, all of which are in the trailer, but it really feels fresh and twisted in the best way in each of those scenes. The soundtrack is mostly hard hitting rock. I think the Offspring, there's also some alt rock as well. It really drives the brutality of the action scenes. There's also some goofy music and pop tracks, like the duck boat scene is one of those that, even though it starts on a comedic type of scene, it really transitions into more serious in the latter half. So for the mix, the emotional core is there, but it's not the same. It's fun and kinetic and lighter than the first movie. The family drama is really, it scratches the surface between Hutch dealing um, with the bad guys on top of trying to support his family, his wife, son, and daughter. It just really doesn't go deeper, and it doesn't go anywhere near like it did in the first movie as far as him protecting them. This is more about him taking time to try to rest, but then spending time away from them fighting all the bad guys. As mentioned, the supporting cast is strong. A notable mention is Colin Hanks and RZA. I'll point out that RZA at this point, his swordplay in the finale was really cool and worth watching. I'd really like to see RZA get his own spin-off movie. Yeah, I think he can definitely carry it on his own. And now on to the negatives. This movie is definitely not going to be for everyone. It's definitely a great action summer movie. But if you like the gritty realism of the first movie, these brighter visuals and broader comedy might feel off to you. As far as the villains, Colin Hanks' Sheriff Abel is a standard issue corrupt cop. You've seen it before. It's a common action movie trope. And even though he's in the movie and does have a great performance overall, he just leaves too abruptly. There's no big fight scene or anything to really look forward to with him specific. As far as Sharon Stone's Lindina, she has style, but there's just not enough fight. She's introduced in the casino as a threat, but it never really plays out. You can kind of think of it as, and it reminded me of Tarantino type style. She has a kind of a funky dance scene that she does with sharp and quick one liners, and her bodyguards will remind you of like Kill Bill, even though there's not twin guards, but just having that bodyguard, it's just kind of a trope in action movie since Kill Bill, and it's just overdone. And overall, her as the villain, she just didn't have much to do, and she wasn't much of a threat. One of the other negatives was the pacing, and really, it's not about the movie itself as far as it's an hour and 30 minutes, so it does move along briskly, but it isn't just a remix of the first movie, so it probably will drag more for others than just true hardcore fans of John Wick and the first movie. There's definitely some directorial growing pains for Timo. His visual flair is there, but the tonal shifts that he in his direction between the heavy action and broad comedy, you can definitely feel that it's uneven in places. And really, it's probably just inexperience. As I mentioned, he's done some horror anthology movies, maybe a couple other bigger movies, but nothing to this extent that I'm aware of. So, but more power to him for getting this project and putting it on. He still did a good job overall on this, but you can definitely tell he has a little ways to go. So here's the final verdict. Nobody 2 delivers what fans expect. It's stylish, slick, and pure summer blockbuster fun. It's a straightforward, high energy ride, but lighter tone, less emotional weight, and a weaker villain that all keep it from matching the first movie, but it's pretty close. It's still a hell of a ride, and it's perfect for a big screen watch and summer movie flick. So I'm giving this movie 3.5 stars out of 5 stars. Like I've said, it's a watch in theaters for anybody that's a fan of action movies or the original movie or even John Wick series. So, all right, that's my take, but I want to hear yours. How would you rate Nobody 2? Drop your comments in. Let me know. Let's talk about it. Tell me what you liked, what you hated. I look forward to hearing from you. If you had fun with this review, hit like, subscribe, and check out my other action movie and other reviews that I have out there. Rusty Reels out.